Hey man, late game or drown.
Coach T with Gritty Boxing Talk. Saul Canelo Alvarez defeats Callum Smith by unanimous decision. He was chopping away at the 6'3" framed Callum Smith all night, man. He chopped away at his body, caught him with overhands. He used some real skillful feints and maneuvers in order to get inside on Callum Smith. And really, at a certain point, it looked like the fight could have been stopped between the 8th and the 9th round. And look, for Callum Smith to be so tall, it's 6'3", and Canelo Alvarez listed at 5'9". Really, I think Canelo's listed at 5'8". I really think that's his true height. But Canelo Alvarez started out jabbing Callum Smith. Hey, look, young fighters, that's how you break down a taller opponent. You chop away at his body. You use feints. You use good head movement. You see a lot of young fighters now don't like to use head movement. Look at Canelo. Canelo uses not just his head, but Canelo, he is not afraid to move his upper body. He moves his upper torso. He uses feints. He changes his distance. He changes his height. He sticks you with a good, sharp jab. He's in shape every fight. So who's next for Canelo? Canelo is now a 4-time world champion. Congratulations to Canelo Alvarez, man. I'll say it like this. Who's next for him? Now, Triple G won his fight last night. So a trilogy between Triple G and Canelo will be a pretty good fight. I still think Canelo would beat Triple G. However, Triple G, the second fight, the fight really could have went either way. Regardless of the way the decision came out in favor of Canelo, it really could have went either way. But I still think that's a good matchup for Canelo. That there was talks of Errol Spence possibly moving up to fight Canelo, and Canelo saying that he's the real challenge or the real super fight for Errol Spence Jr. He would meet him at a catch weight. 160 is not a catch weight for Canelo. Canelo has fought 160. So that's really not a catch weight for him. Errol Spence will be stepping into some pretty deep waters, moving up to 160. Big difference between 147 and 160. I think that's not a good move for Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence is strong at 147, but we've seen this before. When fighters move up in weight, they lose their power. It's a different beast in the 160-pound weight division. So I would highly recommend for Errol Spence Jr. to stay where he is dominating at the 147-pound and even jump up to 154 pounds. I think that he's safe there. I wouldn't do that. In fact, look, don't even entertain the thought of fighting Canelo until you fight a Terence Bud Crawford. Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence, but Errol Spence, please do not move up to 160 and fight Canelo. Too big, too strong. He's going to hurt you to the body. Bad. So as of right now, I don't think that's a good matchup. Maybe Charlo would be a good matchup for Canelo. I think Charlo would pose some serious dangers in the fight for Canelo because he is a good, slick counterpuncher. He's solid, but still I see Canelo being too strong, and Charlo would be a little susceptible to those body shots and that overhand that Canelo loves to throw. Once Canelo knows his distance on you, you are always in danger. The only real blueprint to beat Canelo, I honestly think, And this may sound kind of, I don't know, crazy to some of y'all, but I think the only real way to beat Canelo is to use the Floyd Mayweather strategy. And that is stick and move all night. Stick and move all night. If you got the legs under you to stick and move all night, you better stick and move on Canelo all night because he's coming at you. So that's all I have for right now. Congratulations to Saul Canelo Alvarez for a dominant performance against Callum Smith. Who's next for him? Who next? Who knows? All right. Coach T, Gritty Boxing Talk. We out. Peace.